I've been in law enforcement 22 years, different agencies, the last 8 years as an elected constable, and I wanted to be involved in a lot of community projects, because I would attend a lot of community events, and they would say, well, we need help with this or focus on this. But as a constable, my resources were very, very limited. And now here at the sheriff's office, I have resources, I have sections, like the special traffic investigators, I have a narcotics unit, I have a traffic unit, a motor unit. So I do have more resources that actually can tap into community services. I have a community services section, for outreach. I mean, it's good, I guess, that there's no violations.
Right? See, I don't want to unintentionally get somebody in trouble. They're like, and it's all her fault.
The community is giving us approximately $130 million, of taxpayer dollars. So I want to make sure that we show the community that we're actually doing something with that money. I want to be transparent with the community, let them know what's going on, what are we doing. The community's scared, just by those conversations that like we're going to force local law enforcement. People are scared, and I don't think it's a good idea because it's going to create a divide between law enforcement and the local community. I believe that crimes are not going to report it, and even if you're a victim, if you're a victim of a crime, they're going to be scared to actually call or give a statement, or if you have a follow-up investigation, they're not going to come forward. So a lot of victims are not going to, I guess they're not going to see justice because they're not going to come forward. So I don't think it's a good idea that we do that. Been getting a lot of calls, a lot of concerns from the citizens. Not necessarily a challenge, but something that is everybody's radar. What is the sheriff's office doing with immigration? And like I've said, the other media outlets, we've always had a working relationship with immigration. Well, not just immigration, with federal agencies, DHS, HSI, Border Patrol. We honor detainers. We share information with them. There's a state law, I think it passed in 2017, 2018 that requires. So we've always had a good working relationship with them, and the federal agencies come and file a detainer at the county jail. We honor it. But as far as the sheriff's office being actively involved in immigration raids or anything like that, we don't have the resources, we don't have the training. So for now, I've told the deputies it's business as usual, and our priority is never going to be immigration. I think regular crimes that affect our community on a daily basis is our focus, answering to 911 calls, accidents, the DWI enforcement, what really affects our community. Mostly that issu's happening within inside the jails, our shortages. We do have shortages on patrol, but I think we're able to manage a little bit better. But inside with the detention officers, they are getting burnt out, because it's like everything. At first, at the beginning, it's okay, extra money, I'll work that extra shift, but it's on a daily basis, 3, 4, 5, we need people to stay for overtime to cover these positions. Then they do get burnt out. Like I've been talking to the association, I've been walking the jails a lot. The jails are a big concern, it's a big responsibility. So I've been actually working the shifts with them, understanding how can I help you, how can I make it better, and to really see what changes we need to make. Because sometimes, like I said, if the staffing, I understand, I understand you guys are short, but that involves funding. And right now my hands are tied because we're in the middle of a budget cycle. But what can I do? What policies can I amend? Can I change? What are recommendations that we can look into to implement them to make this a better work environment for you? And we conduct those stationary vehicle checks based on data that we receive. Like if there's a lot of speeders in one community, or if we're getting a lot of accidents and people don't have insurance or they don't have driver's licenses, those are the reasons we do those stationary vehicle checks. But it has nothing to do with actual immigration checks. So I just want to make sure that the community understands, yes, we do stationary vehicle checks, but they're not for immigration, and these have been going on for years. We can go to any intersection or any street and we just set up cones, and then you'll see a sign that says stationary vehicle check. So the deputies are actually in the street, and everybody that passes through there needs to slow down and stop, and then you show your driver's license and your proof of insurance. You show those two, and then you're on your way. If you don't have a driver's license or insurance, then we send you to like a secondary check, so we can let traffic flow, and the deputy there will talk to you. And if you don't have insurance or a driver's license, then you will receive a citation for not having those documents.